Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another Dell 3880 thing. If you're just joining us now, the whole point of this computer and this series of videos is going to be to take the most bottom-end Dell they will sell me and upgrade it as far as we would like to. When I say we, I really do mean the inclusive we, because I've already taken some email suggestions and some comments and stuff like that and sort of realigned my thoughts of what we're going to do with this thing. I'm going to go a little bit more baby step than I thought I was, so if you have suggestions and this series isn't over by the time you get here, I'm happy to take them into consideration. We can play around with a whole bunch of different ideas. So there will be a playlist for this thing, and you can find that playlist right up there or down in the description so you can go get all caught up with everything that's going on. And what I would really like to do is be able to do one of these every year, or if the channel grows up and gets big enough, maybe we'll just do one every month. I don't know. Where we buy all sorts of different computers, different manufacturers, price points, whatever, upgrade them, look at them, so on and so forth, and just give the things away to subscribers when we're done with them. Because as cool as it might be to have like a dozen brand new computers around, I just straight up don't need them. But the only way something like that could ever happen is if the channel grows up to the point where it can financially support itself doing that. And the only way that's going to happen is if you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. So if you can help me, help yourselves make that happen, that would be really cool. But what we're here for today is for me to talk you guys out of buying the cheapest brand new Dell for 2021. At least as compared to just what you get for a few dollars more. So I'm going to do kind of a little buying guide on this series, but buying just at the basement bottom tier really is not a great deal, and I'll show you some of the options that I think are better. So this is a guy I ended up buying, and basically as fast as I released the video, the price went up 30 bucks. Sorry about that, guys. My gut feeling on that is that they'll probably drop it another 30 for actual Black Friday or maybe Cyber Monday or whatever. It's still, quote unquote on sale. But even if this were still $350, I don't think I would suggest exactly this to people because it's just not a very good deal, especially if you want an optical drive. Basically, as soon as you get into the next step, it appears they all come with optical drives, and right now it's a $20 price difference. And I've come to discover that it's not really hard to put an optical drive in one, but it is kind of tedious to put one in and make it look decent and everything else. It's just much easier to buy it from Dell. And for $20, I can't buy one to put in. Plus they're doubling the RAM, and I actually just ordered another 4 gigs to put in it to bring it up to 8, and it was $17 just for the RAM, and that was just for whatever cheap RAM I got. I think it's some cheap Corsair or something. They're also giving you an SSD, although it's a quarter the size of the hard drive. This hard drive is so hilariously slow that it really doesn't even matter. So if your price point is around $400, I would not suggest you do exactly what I did. I would definitely spend the, we'll call it $20 to $50 more to step up to this guy. My feeling is this is a much better value, and it shouldn't be nearly as horribly dog slow as this guy, and that's mainly because of that hard drive. It is just unbearably slow. Now for my purposes for like video editing and stuff like that, what I actually should have bought for me, ignoring doing fun upgrade stuff on YouTube, is this guy right here. I should have totally bought it with the i7 in it. It looks like right now I could have bought this guy for $699, and just the i7 that's in it is like $350. And you might be able to shop around and do a little better or do a little worse on price, but basically if I'd have bought the i7, Dell would have installed it for me for free, and I would have gotten double the RAM, and I would have gotten a 0.5 terabyte SSD all right out of the gate. These two things would basically be free if I would have just paid Dell to do it. What I don't think I would do is this guy over here, even with the extra $100 off, bringing that to $900. You might get excited seeing this NVIDIA card down here, and they are giving you double the RAM yet again. You're getting 16 gigs of RAM. But that NVIDIA card is really nothing special. It's an $85 video card. One thing I'm noticing is that it's a low profile video card, which means it'll fit in the case, but I'm hoping we have room to put something a little better than this in it. Sort of the same story over here on the RAM. 16 gigs of RAM is, a nice upgrade, but even that isn't that much money. For an 8 gig stick, you're looking at another $51, and if for some reason you wanted to replace it all, you can just straight up buy 16 gigs of RAM for 65 bucks. So between the video card and the RAM, we'll call it like $140. So they're going to charge you basically an extra 50 bucks to do it for you. You do pick up this 1 terabyte physical hard drive, but they cut your SSD size in half to do it. Hard drives are so cheap these days, I'm not really going to say that's a huge selling point. I would just personally not go with this one. I would go with this one if I were to be buying one of these the way I intend to use mine at the end. This is a much better system for me, but I don't think I would go with this one. Another thing that I think is kind of interesting is once you get up to this price point, I wonder what we can get in the more premium lines of Dell and what they look like. For instance, over here in the Precision series, for $1,000, you get an NVIDIA Quattro card, which for gaming isn't that awesome, but for some of the other stuff I do would be good. 16 gigs of RAM, you're getting an SSD, you're getting a real power supply, not one of these little funky, super compact guys. It looks like you're getting a couple of actual drive bays with caddies, so they're easy to service. That's something they've eliminated from the Inspiron line this year, is extra drive bays. I'm still working around ways to put extra drives in it. I'm confident I can, I'm just not really sure how yet. This guy comes with Windows 10 Pro, not Home, so that's like a $60 bump they're going to give you. So between stepping into the bottom of the Precision series and the top end of the Inspiron series, I would be curious to get my hands on one of these things and just see what you're actually getting for your money. Right now it looks like they haven't moved up to the 10th gen i7s yet, but I'm sure they will soon. Maybe in the future, if this whole thing continues to take off, we'll be able to buy stuff like this and put it on the channel and see what's really what. Where does it make sense to actually spend your money when you're buying a prefab computer like one of these Dells? Right now, for most folks out there looking for a starter system kind of thing, this would be my pretty strong yes for just about everybody that just wants to get started with something. I would definitely go with the mildly upgraded version of the one I did buy, and it'll do most things for most people just fine, and there is enough room to grow in it that I think you could. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope this little buyer's guide maybe helps a few people out there that are kind of teetering between, spending an extra $50 or not. I personally think you ought to. And I also know right now there's a pretty big contingent of people out there that are very excited to see me get going on upgrades for this thing. Don't worry, they're coming. There's a big box of stuff for it, just right down here, down right under there. But I don't really know anything more about this thing than a lot of you guys out there watching do, so as I'm going, I'm going to have to kind of figure some of this stuff out. And if somehow in my videos I make that look easy, it's completely an accident. So as always guys, I want to thank you for stopping in for this video. We'll catch you on the next one. I'm Max, that's Saddington Bear, and we make videos like this all the time. Here are a couple links to some other videos we've made, and we really appreciate you guys stopping in.